Hey guys, it's T from T's Jams. I'm here with another tutorial today. This is just a quick one that was requested on one of my videos. I have a little ice gun that does something pretty cool. I'll show you before I explain it. It's an item called the ice gun. And what it does is if you're standing on the shore of any water in your game, any water that you want to act this way, at any point on the shore, you can activate the ice gun, turn the water into ice, and walk over it. And when you walk off the water, it turns back into water. You could do it over and over and over again. So I'm going to show you how to do that today. The first thing you're going to want to do is create an item. You can call it anything you want. I called mine Ice Gun. Then you'll want to go into Common Events. And we're going to create an event that will become useful for a lot of different areas of your game. In fact, if you don't already have one of these events, even if you don't use an ice gun, you should definitely make one of these. This one is called, on my game, Player Location. And what it does is it plots the location of your player on a given map if you use this event. That way, if the player's on a certain region, you can activate something. To do this, you would go into your control variables. You're going to create a control variable that maps the X of the player on the map. I called mine Player X. Let's take a look at that. When you create your variable, select Game Data, Character, Player, and Map X. So that's our Player X variable. You'll want to make another one to map the Y position of the player on the map. Lastly, we're going to get location info, and I'll show you how to do that. You want to go into your event commands, and you'll see an option on page 3 under the map section called Get Location Info. Create a variable, I called mine Player Region ID. After you've selected it, the info type should be Terrain Tag, and you want to select Direct Designation Map 00 and hit OK. Now you have a player location common event, and you can use this in a lot of different areas of your game. Now for our ice gun common event. The first event that you're going to put in here is the common event player location. This way we'll be able to tell if your player is on the region that you specify. You're going to use regions to specify the actions that will happen when you're carrying an ice gun. As you can see, I put region 22 around the water that I want to be able to freeze, and then region 23 just outside that region. So this first event that freezes the water will check if the player is on region 22, or otherwise standing on the shoreline. It'll also check if the party has the ice gun and whether or not the water's already frozen. If the player presses the OK button, then it will freeze the water. It does this by changing the tile set. I'll explain that once I've gone through this common event. You'll want to turn a switch on so that the game knows that the water is currently frozen. After you step off the shore, if you want your water to thaw, you would paint a region around the shoreline like I did. I used region 23. It will check if the ice is on, the switch that you have up here, and if it is, then the tile set is changed again and the switch is turned off. It's pretty simple, but let me show you how to make a tile set that will go from ice to water. The program I use for graphic editing is called GIMP, and it is available online for free. I needed my water tiles to become ice tiles, but I don't want to use the snowy tiles because I don't want to change all the weather on the map, just the water. So what I did is grabbed one image of the ice tile. And you only want one since ice doesn't move. You definitely don't want it to be animated. We're only going to grab one. And I took that, floated that layer, created a new layer with it. And I'm going to get rid of all this white. We don't need this white. If you select the Color Select tool, you can delete it very quickly. Now I'm going to select this layer and also select everything in it, go to the color option, colorize, and turn this into something that looks like ice. There, that looks good. Now that I'm done, I'm going to take this layer, I'm going to copy it, and move it over to the water tile. Once it's lined up correctly, I can go ahead and create on the base layer another layer of this ice and line that up with the next frame. And now I'll do it again. Now all that's left to do is save this file in your game files, but give it a different name. You want to keep your outside A1 tile the way it is, because we're going to be switching back and forth. So select Export As, name it whatever you want, save it in your game file. Now that that's done, inside our common event, we can choose to switch the existing tile set, which at first is just the outside tile set, with the one we made, outside ice gun. That shows the frozen water. When we switch back, it goes back to the liquid water. I'm going to show you that option on the event pages right now. On event page 3, in the map section, you'll see the option Change Tile Set. You can click this to select any tile set saved in the engine, and that's it. That's how you create an ice gun. I hope some of you guys find this useful and you can use it in your games and have fun with it. You can change it around in many different ways. You can create options or other conditions, or you can have it happen automatically as somebody, if a certain party member is in your party, when they step on the shore. There's a lot of stuff you can do with this, and it doesn't have to be an ice gun. It can be whatever you want. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of my future content, make sure to subscribe to my channel. And as always, guys, until next time, bye!